This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Welcome back to another episode of Let's End This with Mercenary Wings, the False Phoenix. I've learned a bit of things from between the ending of the Royal Path to this ending, which is the Mercenary Path. This is when we decide to leave King Harold, and a lot of crap happens during that, let me tell you. And I'll explain that over the course of the fight, which we'll have here in a moment, because we're about to fight some nasty beings. Different from the, it's definitely going to be a different fight from the royal fight, that's for sure. Okay, so in this story, we've got, we still got Cecil, Francis, Anemone, and David, but in this new path, we get Eunice, who is the queen of, or the former princess of the former king of that Harold, the previous king, had killed her, had hired Godwin from the mercenary path, or from the royal path. He had been hired to kill her parents, and she somehow survived, which is weird that during the royal pathway we never run across her. In this story, it's assumed she sees it as a sign from God, basically, or the Father, I think is what they call it, to take up the reins and become queen. Because Iscariot, who is one of the nobles, which I guess we'll get at the end, he's alive in that campaign. In the royal campaign, we end up, well, we don't kill him, but Harold does. We get Ursula. We run across her during the royal path, but she kind of just buggers off after we stop the royal army from killing her, and she just kind of disappears from the plot after that. In the mercenary route, we find her because we need some extra muscle, so we decided to find her. And then, yeah, we get Iscariot on our team. Like I said, Harold kills him in the royal storyline, but when he survives, they're able to put together the rebels and fight the king. At this point in the story, we've already got the kingdom back, but Harold ran off with his court witch and are causing some trouble. And then we get Neville here, which we fight. I didn't show him during the Let's Play this part of it, or First Impressions part, but we fight him before we choose, which actually I think it's the fight. Yeah, we fight him right before we make the choice to either stay mercenary or royal, and but he joins us on the mercenary route. On the royal route, he just disappears. He never makes an appearance. It's assumed he's routed or killed or something like that. But Eunice is kind of the bowman, although obviously you can equip her with anything, but she seems to complement the bow best. Ursula, let's see, I'm going to just show her classes here. Yeah, she can either priestess or shaman. She can either be like a Valkyrie, or the princess class is interesting because you can't get that till near not quite near the end. I think it's like Battle 17 or some of that. It's basically when we kick Harold out, you can finally buy the ability to give her the princess skill, which isn't a bad skill. You get counter normal attacks, so depending on the level, that can be kind of nice. But I just like the Valkyrie look a bit better, which isn't bad. It's you don't, when you get KO'd, there's no longer a time limit. You basically stay there, so you don't leave. So that's actually not a bad skill either. And then she's got the convert 10% damage into MP, which there's a lot of abilities that do that, so that's not super unique. And then she also has the same ability where 15% stats when you're suffering a ailment. Ursula is basically, I was almost going to say, I think she's pretty much the Jeremy replacement for this game, because she's the heavy hitter. Yeah, she can either, she's kind of, one of her classes is kind of designed around lances, though you could, depending on which class you give her, she could use anything. But yeah, she's got your standard extra attack for spear weapons. The gladiator is interesting because you get 15% if you don't use items, which if you're pretty good, you might not even use items throughout most of the fights. Although every once in a while I'll have to use a resurrection, which in this group, like, a good deal of them can resurrect, so it's actually not a big deal because Cecil can revive, Cecil can revive, Neville can revive, he has resurrection, she has resurrection, he has resurrection, but he has an ability I didn't have when I played the royal path, which is Abedio or something like that. It guarantees 100% resurrection. It just costs a lot of MP. I think that's it. Yeah, like most of the, like, was it 5 out of 8 characters can heal or can resurrect. So anyway, But yeah, she. And when we fight in the final battle, I'll show you what specialty Highlander gets for choosing. I think it's Highlander. It might be Spearmaster gets it too, but Highlander class gets you something special for choosing that in the fight. It's kind of funny. Escaria is basically the wizard of the group, similar to Anemone or in the previous campaign, Richard, although he's more of a wizard than a combat guy. Richard was kind of a combat fighter with magical abilities. This guy's more almost pure wizard for the most part. His big thing is he can summon golems to attack. I hardly use the golems, but since they don't cost anything to I've been forgetting to use all my SP. Well, we don't need most of these abilities for the final thing anyway. But if you summon a golem, at least they use up they get summoned and they don't use up MP, but Eunice can summon, but they use MP every round, so it's kind of a toss-up if you want to use it, but they are an extra body to take a hit. And the Neville's similar to David. He's basically a tank. Although he's not a magic tank like Matilda was in the previous campaign. He's more just another tank like David, so you basically get two physical tanks, which is kind of odd. Let me go ahead and do the story for a bit, and then we'll talk more about like what happens to certain characters and stuff like that. Because I don't want to spend I don't want to have like the whole half the episode me being talking about this. Now I'm sure you understand our bonds can never be broken by the likes of you. I doubt you look so triumphant if you were the one in her position. Oh, magic god, next revive Eugenia's father. Make her cry like the little girl she is. My father and mother are by God's side. I will not be deceived. In the previous fight, we had to, he summoned Jeremy from the dead. Yeah, Jeremy gets killed, like, right after you make the choice to join the Mercenaries. Harold stabs him and then summons, like, Apocalypse-type magic on him and just wrecks him. It's almost kind of funny if it wasn't so sad. You're truly a wretched man, so much so that I almost feel sorry for you. Curse you! How dare you look down at me! Magic god, do as I command! In this story, he actually does summon the god. In the Royal Path, it looks like he's about to do it, but we fight him and Viola together before it even happens. In this game, or in this storyline, Viola gets killed two fights previously to this, so she's out. She's not even in this fight. She's dead already. But apparently you find out that she was in love with Harold. That's why she was doing all this crazy stuff for him, which we don't even learn that in the Royal Path, which is kind of weird. Anyway, we summon the Phoenix, but he's not a good Phoenix, unlike the one who raised us from the dead. Yeah, in the Mercenary Path, we get killed. Like, Jeremy gets killed, we get murdered, and but we're saved grace because the Phoenix comes in and goes, hey, I'll give you one more chance, as long as you try to make Eunice queen. And we're like, okay. Anyway, I have used all the power I've received from my first offering. I will not be able to do as thou commands without new life to take. Yeah, they have to sacrifice people to power him. You consumed the lives of more than a dozen soldiers. All you could do was resurrect one blasted mercenary? Yeah, wasted your powers there, Harold. Yeah, that's what you get for being called Harold. More than a dozen soldiers? What, you sacrificed them? It is an honor to give your life for a king. I think I keep changing his voice. I don't even know what voice I should give him. To kill even your own soldiers! They may have been our enemy, but they were brave men who stood to protect you. In the name of justice, I can never permit this. Silence, you cursed traitors! Oh, magic god, let these people be your sacrifices. Devour as many as you need. Alas, these humans are not under thy control. It would not work. But thy life would. My life is far too sacred. I will not give it up to anyone. Let me guess. If you need lives under my control, then my citizens have all the citizens you require. Defeat these fools, and then you can feast on as many of my citizens as you please. The contract has been made. Yeah. Hey, summon an undead. Good. Great. Oh, I hate the spirits. Those guys are annoying. I can't believe you. This really is the final battle. No duh, Sherlock. The game pretty much tells you it's the final battle, like, right before, so you can save it in time. I'm gonna enjoy crushing you. Actually, Ursula, I like Ursula's model. Her character design is pretty hot. I'm scared, but I'm not gonna lose. Yeah, we can't lose here. My friends are also strong that they do Jez's in the Phoenix's name proud. And they will not lose to anyone. Charge! Alright, final fight against the Dark Phoenix, but with a different sound. And Herald. Unfortunately, like all bosses, we have no idea what their stats are. You can assume in some cases. But yeah, it's different than Herald. I don't think Herald's immune to stuff like he was because it was. Well, I never figured it out. I wasn't sure if it was because of Viola or if it was because of like the towers or whatever. And one last chance to gather stuff because of the new Game Plus stuff. Yeah, if you just load your old file, you basically play the game again. You can choose the difficulty. You get to keep your money, your SP, and all magic gear and your puzzle pieces, so you can buy magic gear and stuff like that at the shop. Okay, so for this fight, I think this is gonna be annoying. I hate these Departed Souls because they have an ability that makes doesn't do much damage, but if it hits, it takes away like a decent amount of your MP and reduces your MPR, which is your magic regeneration, to 0. It's so annoying. I mean, if you have like magic restoration stuff, then it's fine, like bottles and stuff like that. But for this fight, I'm going to choose Cecil in command mode because she gets the ability to move again after taking an action, so you don't waste a turn just doing something. You can do something and then move the rest of your spaces. Ursula gets that ability as well. As a Highlander, and she gets a freaking horse. I don't even know if that a horse is in the game at all, like on any of the models. But because if you I think it's just if you choose Highlander, she just gets a horse. I guess it's supposed to explain how she has such high movement and everything. So you're like, oh, okay, I guess she has a horse now. A horse, of course. Just the name of Mr. Ed. Yeah, I thought that was funny. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me when I found out that when I saw the horse, I was like, what the heck is that? And I was like, oh, it's a horse. And I keep clicking the same thing. I like the music for the final boss. I don't think this was the same music we had before, right? When we fought Harold and Viola. It wasn't that long ago. It actually, with me keeping my SP, I was able to like breeze through the other pathway like in half the time. I almost didn't have to grind. I had to do like a little bit grinding, but it wasn't that much. That demon is made of fire. It could be weak to ice. If so, how foolish humans are. I am a god. Gods are invincible. He's bluffing. Nothing is truly invincible. He's so confident. He must have a trick up his sleeve. We'll need to find what that is if we want a chance of winning. Funny, when we do the royal path, they don't even try to tell us like what the strengths or weaknesses are. Just kind of go. Here, they're giving us like, oh, he might be weak or strong and stuff. Who knows? Anyway. Do I want to start buff? Probably a good chance to start buffing. Yeah, this group has a lot of buffs. Like, out of all the... I mean, the other group in the Royal Path had some buffs, but, like, this one has a lot of, like, group buffs. Like, I could just, like... yeah, she's got to hit... This one gives you the chance to hit an agility up. He has... Well, I'm not going to activate it now, but he has Battle Flag, which gives you... It heals your MP... heals your MP, gives you attack, magic attack, and hit. Now the thing with Neville is, depending on how you build him, he has a really low MP/MPR. So luckily he has a skill called Enhance, which raises MPR to 20%. So Eunice has the ability that Harold... Oh, that's right, because I'll have to do that because of the commando. Eunice has a unique ability similar. Harold actually has this. We find this out if we play the Royal Path, but she has a King's Decree, which raises all her stats by 20%. Too bad most of these only last like 4 or so rounds or whatever. Oh, I also found out how to find out how long your stats last. Well, depending on the stat. Not all stats like are lookable here, but if you press the start button. And the reason I didn't know that is because for whatever reason on my TV, it cuts like certain games, it cuts out like the corner of stuff, so I can't see everything. So like the very bottom of the screen is cut out. I only found that out because I was looking at my recording and I noticed on the recording it shows like everything, but on my TV I can't fix it. I don't know why, but anyway, it shows you what their turn delay is, so you can kind of figure out what to do there. Let's see. You really don't have any. Yeah, there's a Nabio, which is what gives me 100%. The only problem is if he falls. And unfortunately, he's at my lowest level. You can tell my levels are not the same as in the previous campaign. Previous campaign, I think everyone was like 45, 46. And this, like, my levels are kind of a little bit skewed because I didn't want to grind too much. So I might have some trouble with this bit because of certain characters dying, but I have enough soul stones, and I have enough, like I said, I have enough people with resurrection. I almost feel like this, even despite like this being a new game plus, I almost feel like this mode is the mercenary path is a little bit easier. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know. Let's see. I don't think I just usually just have you on avoid. Oh yeah, since we don't have Godwin's like automatically miss under 50% or whatever, I can't use that as a backup for, guaranteeing hits. But I didn't even show you most of the gear I have. Most of the gear I have is like all the rare stuff you can get, because being able to play through all the old levels and knowing what I do now, I was able to steal from most bosses. Got almost every single like chest, almost every single sparkly bit. Got enough got enough puzzle pieces so I could buy all the classes and everything like that. So it makes it, we're definitely more powerful than we were on the previous class because of the now that we've stacked up everything, and having SP maxed out, or having a good deal of SP to max out all your skills at the beginning of the game helped as well. So you can tell I'm not saying I'm perfect at this game. I'm saying I'm more aware of what Iscaria has like no buffs. That's kind of one of the more annoying things about him. But he has like a ton of debuffs and a bunch of different spells. So at least there's that. But yeah, like if I want to just have him stand still for a bit and like maybe do like a minor buff, he really has nothing. I mean, the one where you can convert HP to MP damage is not bad, because he has NPRs like 20 or 50% or something like that. So he's well, he's going right for the gizzard. Wow, all right. I didn't expect him to like straight come right at us. Ugh. That means status down. That means oh good, Herald can summon. Great. That's probably the annoying thing about this fight, is the summoning. But basically my plan is to go take out the she has like, oh, her weapon can't do any damage to him. Yeah, I don't like the fact that the fight starts out that we immediately get attacked. It doesn't even give me like a second to maybe like back off and I mean, I still prepared everyone, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I didn't expect the Phoenix in the first round to just start coming after me. Okay. And why did he attack her out of all the characters? See, yeah, I still haven't... Well, everyone has like... Well, see, yeah, he had 250 aggro. Yet the skeleton goes after him. I think he had enough movement to go after her. Or him. See what I mean? I still haven't figured out like the... Okay, yeah, the Departed Souls are pretty annoying. Everyone else is annoying for pure damage, but yeah, the Departed Souls are annoying because of the obvious... So I want to take out the these magic craft things. Unfortunately, ice doesn't do well. Still hurt him quite a bit. But yeah, he's a pretty good wizard in terms of per damage. So yeah, we took that guy out pretty quick. Ursula's probably the best. Actually, out of this route, Ursula's probably the best character. It probably helps that I had like a ton of like all the SP and all this good equipment from a previous run. But nice. Yeah, she's like, I'd say she's MVP of this fight just because of her stats and everything like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna move you. Let's see, tornado, would that do? Might just try to finish you off with the Arc Thunder. That one does a pretty decent amount of damage. Yeah, that'll finish him off. I mean, she's still, Anemone's still my pure... I forgot they have the possibility of reviving. I don't know what the ability is called, but the allies can get something like that too, where it's basically you can avoid KO, which is technically a status affliction or whatever you want to call it, which is kind of odd. This game has a lot of odd stuff about it. But yeah, I don't know if it only works the one time and then disappears like shortly there afterwards. How much damage? Oh, that should finish him off. Sanctuary! Miss? What? Oh. Oh yeah, his magic stat isn't that great, unfortunately. That's probably why it's the same with physically attacking. You know, you're attacking the magic defensive stats, so depending on how well it is, it might hit or not. And I don't think the hit stat affects that at all. I think it's based off your pure magic stat. I probably don't need to move everyone down here, but yeah. Oh, come on! You are annoying. They must have a decent percentage chance of always reviving or something like that. Have a little fire. Shot right in the face. There you go. I knew you could do it. Or I knew you could get hit. I'm just moving everyone back so we can... actually, I might want to heal with you since she took some damage. Yeah, even the random fighter has like a weird heal ability, you know? Yeah, I'll just keep moving down. Like I said, I kind of want to separate everyone from the Dark Phoenix so I can kind of... I'll probably have to do another buff again before then. Probably going to get attacked a few times, so we're probably going to... I think... Did he go twice? A lot of the enemies near the end of the game start doing... I don't know if it was... I didn't notice it on the Royal Path too much, but on this path, a lot of bosses start doing getting to go twice. Yeah, we'll just do that anyway, even if I probably don't need to. Yeah, the same ability where I can nullify the next 4 attacks. Probably one of the best abilities in the game, because even nullifies like... Are you still go... Really? Wow, apparently he's immune to aggro or something like that. Because he's just going after the companions, which is... Well, like I said, if aggro worked like it should have attracted him, but maybe some... The only thing I could think of is maybe some bosses or certain characters are immune to aggro, which I guess makes sense. I mean, we're immune to aggro. We don't fight everything that, like, or we don't, ow. Well, if I have a decent amount of HP. Yeah, I hate when a feature doesn't work. I said that before when I was playing the other campaign, but yeah, Cecil has a pretty good move. I'll have her take the item. It's probably nothing that great. Oh, Dark Bow. Well, we could use it when if we want to change out our equipment. Actually, let me see what that does. Whoops. Right now I've got the Assassin's Bow on her. Oh yeah, I guess I could show you my equipment at this point. Most of it's going to be red or blue stuff. There are a few characters that have like white stuff because I didn't have enough puzzle pieces left, but it's very few. Yeah, it's only like 2 people, and it's not that big of a deal. I probably could have equipped her with something if I changed her class, because some classes can only equip certain equipment. But yeah, I've even got a ray shooter, which is basically a ray gun. You know, just show you the... I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to show you what I've got. I don't know if these are the best items to wield, but just wanted to show you them. Some of them you have to do specialized fights to get or steal from the right guy. Or like the dragon set right here, you have to basically get to the really hard to find like sparkly spots that require you to have high jump or whatever, or wait your turn like 3 or 4 turns before you can access it. Oh yeah, and Ursula comes with bikini armor, of course. Although it's got a cool ability. It's got the convert damage to MP automatic, so that's not bad. Yeah, I thought. Anyway, sorry, I was gonna see what Dark Bow. Can I even quit? Oh, I guess I can't quit the Dark Bow. Huh. Well, never mind then. It must be for either a specific class or something like that, or maybe maybe you can equip it. Nope. Or maybe it's not considered in my inventory. I don't know. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh well. Thought I'd finish him off with the holy beam. Yeah, we're gonna. No, I don't even know why I was going to smack him. I was trying to get away from the Dark Phoenix so I could, like... But he just keeps following us. That's you know... But he keeps doing status down on us. I think it's supposed to be dash down for, like, afflictions or something like that, so he can start, like, you know, what I'll do is I'll probably take a turn to, beef up again, and then go after the Phoenix. I'm gonna try to get all the treasures, even though I'm not gonna. I'm probably gonna call the game from here on out after this. Like, I haven't done everything in the game. There's like the there's like the Darkest Trials or whatever, which are really hard dungeons you have to go through, which I'm not going to do that. Because there's really, as far as I know, there's no story reason behind them. They're just, I might do 3 just because I've only been attacked twice. Oh yeah, I also have an ability called Swagger on David, which causes him to get a aggro will accumulate. Yeah, he just keeps following us for no reason. Stop doing that, jerk. Is he just lowering our? Maybe it's not status affliction. Maybe it's just straight up stats. Like maybe he's lowering our actual like stats, kind of like what I would do with King's Decree and stuff like that. If he's just gonna do that, might as well. He's actually, see, is this? We have to beat both the Phoenix. Oh, actually, can I actually hurt him? Because didn't they say something about how I, like maybe I need Herald to be defeated or something like that? I guess I could find out. Let me use Ursula as a test subject here. You know, it hurt. I mean, it hurt him because it registered. If it didn't work, it wouldn't have done anything. Well, I was gonna buff, but because he's gonna make it a bit of an issue. Yeah, might as well hit everyone while I'm here. Well, everyone that doesn't fly anyway, because it won't hit him because I think he's considered flying for all intents and purposes. What is his damage? Like, what does he do if he actually hits me? It's not a whole lot. Yeah, I'm doing damage to him. He just does like a. It's just very slow. Yeah, unfortunately, Eunice just doesn't. Yeah, my MP is actually pretty high. Let me summon a. I'll go ahead and summon a person. I might as well summon a golem here as well. A golden golem. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like him like reducing our stats like that. I feel like he's gonna do something like after he does it too many times because he hasn't attacked us. He's just been doing that. Yeah, I bet he's immune to status ailments. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we'll just do a hard shot. Yeah, I'm not doing much damage though. I bet I have to. I bet if I either kill Herald or I defeat like I'm surprised Herald's not summoning more dudes though. Or maybe if I get rid of the magic crafts, maybe it helps. It's hard to say. Do I have any like super? Oh yeah, I could I could do one of the sillier looking abilities in the game. Wait, where's it again? Great rotate? Yeah. Yeah, just, well, I guess, I think it's silly because it basically just pulls out a big old, like, mace or whatever. He kind of pulls he kind of pulls a Witch King on us. Yeah, let's see what he does now. He keeps casting Miasma on us. It just says status down though. That's maybe I should have had a. I won't get hurt. I was about to say I won't take that much damage because I have all the dragon armor on and my resistance to everything is like what 85% or something like that. So magic's almost got to do no damage to me. If anything, it's going to be physical, or it's going to be or stuff like ignore, which I think ignore is like a certain. Oh no, ignore reduces your resistance by 25. So whatever resistances I have, it would reduce that by that amount. So if you had like a weapon with a specific like element on it or whatever, it'd reduce my resistance. But yeah, my resistance is 85 to most stuff except for holy and dark. So yeah, dark damage will do a lot to me, but still. Yeah, I need to let me What's my stats at right now? Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's actually not reducing it that much. Maybe it is a, let me see if the start button. Okay, it's minus, well, he keeps summoning that. It doesn't stack. Like, every time he summons, so my stats has gone down by 25%. But yeah, he can cast it like multiple times. It doesn't stack. You can't cast it like 5 times and I'll have like, or 4 times and have like no damage, or no, my stats will be down 100%. That's not how that works. So I don't know why he keeps doing that. Maybe it's a bug, or maybe it's just a dick. I don't know. I've kind of just wanted to, well, yeah, I kind of want to just work on everyone else and I thought she had like a, oh no, this is the silliest ability in the game. Hold on, let me show that to you. It's called the Meow Attack or whatever. And every time, Meow Riot, and every time you level it up, it has, like, it'll say meow in the description, and the second level will be meow, and it just goes meow, 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 meow. And just, see, yeah, 4 cats appear and just beat the crap out of him. That's it. That's all it does. It's silly, but, yeah, you gotta enjoy it, right? Yeah, he just doesn't have the percentages for that. I mean, really, probably shouldn't be shouldn't be using Francis for attacking anyway. Francis is meant to be a heal bot, basically. What do you got? It's okay, I guess. It's there to do extra damage, so. Oh, right. I almost keep forgetting I have that, the move again after doing stuff ability, so I keep, like, 1, 2 just in the turn. Actually, let me see how ice does. They say ice works against him, but let's see if it actually does the damage. Not really. I mean, it's probably because of the towers or whatever, something that's preventing him from taking the damage, or taking as much damage. I mean, oh, actually, let me do a stat. Oh, yeah, let me do the battle flag. Just the small MP bump actually is pretty helpful as well. It makes sense he has one of those because he was a general, so. Actually, could I hit that guy? No, I probably wouldn't be able to hit that skeleton from there. Probably not even with the scatter shot. Yeah. Oh well. It looks like my swagger ran out. I'll just do 2 attacks. That might be fine. And then we have MVP or Ursula for the win. I don't know, I think it's just because of this class as well as the weapon I gave her, the Storm Lance, or I think it's called Storm Lance. Oh yeah, Neville has a pure immunity to status affliction. Oh, come on! The high aggro guy is right behind you. Why'd you go after her? Actually, what is her aggro? Is it? No, it's less than his. See what I mean, folks? Like, I don't get it. Like, should he not be going after, oh yeah, I guess I could technically, I still want her to, use magic, but I could technically use an ability called Invisible on her, and they wouldn't target her anymore. But I'll probably just, end up, actually, I might just go ahead and just finish these guys off. Since the game doesn't want to recognize aggro for some stupid reason. I'm just, yeah, I know I'm frustrated, but I bet it's just, like I said, it's probably because Harold is immune to aggro affliction or whatever you want to call it. So that's probably why he always targets her, because she's one of the bigger threats. It's just annoying, that's all. Actually, now that I wonder, I might as well. I guess I could heal her. I guess. Or okay, I'll have to do area heal. She'll probably get killed in one shot. She has like almost no defense. Not 243. It's not bad, but it's definitely not as good as like some of the other characters. And she doesn't have the her HP isn't as high either. Well, the only reason it's as high as it is because of like items that I've given her. All right. Yeah, I'll just use these characters to wail on him. Maybe I should put her buffs on. She has a self buff. I think you get it as a princess or whatever. Where you can call upon the gods to improve her stats. Suzu's petals? No, Suzuza's or whatever. Yeah, it's close. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really using a lot of my magic, I've noticed. That happens every once in a while where, like, after you hit certain buffs or whatever, you kind of stop... I kind of stopped paying attention, even though a lot of skills are usually better. See, fire's working. Fire did a decent amount of damage. Yeah, I've let enough magic build at this point where I can kind of be a bit more fruitful with it. Oh, wow. Oh, it was destroying those statues or whatever, because now I can do like full damage now. But yeah, Neville has he has the Aegis on, which makes him immune to status affliction, so he can't be status afflicted. Whoops. Nah, I want him to stay there just to kind of whatever. I assume Apocalypse shouldn't work as well as it should, right? Yeah, it's only... Well, it's probably because of the resistance of the Phoenix. I wonder what damage it does. Yeah. Probably their magic resistance is really high. Because he has a really good magic attack, though. Not as good as Anemone's, but... Yeah, it's still a low percentage. Wow. Huh. He's not immune to fire, it looks like. Otherwise, that would be like 0 or whatever. I guess I'll just cast Blizzard and hope it hits, I guess. That's kind of annoying when the magic, the one feature that you're known for, has a chance of missing. Yeah. But yeah, I guess it looks like destroying those 4 towers allow us to do full damage to the Dark Phoenix now. Now, are you actually going to attack us, or are you just going to... Nope, you're just going to keep casting miasma on us, so our stats will always be... We'll never be at 100% unless we have a pure immunity to status afflictions. Which I could have technically found a way to do that if I really wanted to. I mean, it's based a bit on randomization, but... Which is probably one of the few issues with the game, because a lot of the magic items you need to, like... You have to base it either on the random chance that you might drop, like an enemy might drop in combat. You might, with the merchant skill, you might get it from just killing enemies, either by the merchant himself, or I guess it would be himself in this case, himself doing it, or the skill that allows it to where anyone who kills an enemy has a chance of dropping a magical item. Okay, now that I don't need to worry about that anymore, now I'll just start having her just cast an attack, because I don't need to. Hey, when it works on the Phoenix, it works on the Phoenix, baby. Yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with unless he's in the line of healing. I'm not gonna mess with healing him too badly. So want to heal her. Yeah, this fight is definitely going a lot smoother than the fight against Harold and Viola. At least I feel that's how it's going a lot better. Let's see. I almost should be using all these different abilities just to show you guys like what abilities they get over the course of the game. But I mean, it's not that really that crazy or good or crazy good, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll just do the attack here and then move. Boom. That might miss, but damn. Yeah, Eunice isn't as good as Godwin when it comes to like pure damage. Oh well. 270. Too bad he doesn't have that Sasser ability. Yeah, there's the ignore ability. It's 25 points of enemy resistance. So sometimes you'll get a bit more damage out of it. If they don't have resistance already, I don't really... It just says ignores it, so I don't know if they have 0, would it even do any extra, like, any extra damage? I don't know. And Cecil never does super big damage. It's usually, like, pretty precise, but never, nothing major. At least I've never noticed. I'm surprised Harold isn't going after, like, Iscariot there. He probably will here after I say that. Yeah. I wonder if we beat the Dark Phoenix that you know, for being a Dark God, I'm kind of surprised he doesn't do like, oh, now he's attacking. He's probably maybe he's out of MP or very low on MP or whatever. Why are you attacking Francis? I mean, Francis does have the highest chance of reviving people, but still. Actually, I'm kind of surprised the skeletons do as much damage to Ursula, because usually Ursula's evade is so high that she dodges most people's attacks. So I'm kind of surprised the skeleton's doing as much damage as he is. I guess he's just maybe because it's the final boss and their stat and his level's like what, 44, that because her level's only like 43. Actually, no, her stats should be pretty on par with what is required at this part of the game. I don't know then. Oh, right. Almost forgot to read that. And Soulstone. Yeah, could always use a Soulstone, I guess. Actually, might as well see if I can, since we're at the finale, I might as well see if I can steal anything from these people. You know, I should have, before this fight, I should have equipped the bandit boots. They increase your steal stat. Ooh, got the Calamity Shield. I have no idea what that does, but hey, I got it. I wonder if I can... You know, is it another case where it's in my inventory, or is it not? Oh, the Calamity Shield. Okay. I don't want to equip that. It does have convert damage to MP, which I guess is fine, but has, like, negative fatal resistance, so that means if someone does the fatal ability, you might more likely... Which KOs you. Negative resistances? Why would you use this? Boo game. Boo! Not cool. Whatever. That's kind of... let's see. Might as well just do the ignore. That seemed to do pretty solid damage. At first I wasn't sure if Neville would end up being a good character, but after playing him for a few battles, I kind of noticed that he was being pretty effective, so I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe if I was playing on critical mode or whatever, I'd probably be having a bit more like a weird time of it. Because they would have higher stats and stuff like that. Alright. So you do some more Arc Thunder. Thunder! Man, if it hits, it does a lot of damage. 82% game, come on! What are you, XCOM or I don't know, whatever other game where I got pissed off that I missed, even though it was pretty high percentages. Oh well, at least the Golem's there to take up the slack. Good old Golem. It knows what to do. Our picture is in sight. Yeah! Oh, almost dead. Nice. It almost seems like, for at least for this fight, you almost want to go non-magic, even though this game gives you a lot of magic users in this case. I was about to say, is the Golem gonna get the final kill? I'm kind of glad that they're ganging up on him. He's just a... Well, actually, at this point, I wouldn't say crappy, because he's actually a good summon, right? Because he... Too bad Ursula's been kind of in the background here. She should be helping with the boss, you know. But she is not, because I wanted to get those items that weren't really that important. Might as well... I might as well... Even though that person, even though she doesn't have guard. Actually, now I can hit him at 100%. Oh, not quite. Let's see if we can finish him off. Really? Fine. Let me just use a character that has a... Oh, I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna use a character that has a 100% hit to guarantee that I will finish them off. Go, Cecil, go! Finish him off. Yay! Oh, I should have had her steal from him. Oh well, or not the guy I killed, but no, we get the Phoenix Mask. What does that do? She cannot equip it, so I don't know. Phoenix Mask. Let's see, turn HP recovery, so you get HP recovery every turn. Other than that, it's nothing too crazy. It's got decent NPR. The only, well, but I lose some NPR because of the effect of the Mithril Hood. She could wield it. Oh, but it reduces her fire. Oh well. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Nah, we'll just leave it off. Now I'm gonna see if I can try. Oh, and as far as I know, every boss has only like one piece of equipment to steal. Like, because every time I've stolen from someone, after I get the item, and I try to steal again, it just says they have no items to steal. So I assume, unless it's like one of those low percentages where you can't, it doesn't tell you if they have any more. But I don't know. Oh yeah, there's been a few issues with the, or not issues, but things with the game I had to clear up after my initial review of the game. When I said like you can't heal HP between rounds, which I don't even know why I said that during my playthrough, my impressions video. The reason I had that's the reason I had like a bar difference on my HP was because of one of the characters. I think it was Jeremy at the time. I chose him as leader, and he gave like temporary HP. That's why I had like a little bar miss. That's why I thought I was ouch. At least Harold's not one-shotting him. Yeah, I don't know why I said that during my review. That 37. Dang it! I might just surround him and keep trying to steal from him. That's what I did for one. That's what I did for Jeremy. I was trying to like take when I was fighting Undead Jeremy. I was surrounding him with all these characters, so I could like steal from him as well as like get the rest of the treasure chests in the fight just to see what I could get. And it was just me sitting there for rounds trying to do that. So I'm just gonna surround him with characters that either have shield or characters I don't mind that get hurt. Let's see, oh, actually, Ironheart's worthless because I have a shield that makes me immune to that damage or immune to those effects already. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and see if I can steal from Harold. So I'm gonna waste a couple of rounds trying to do that because he pretty much can't do anything to me. Well, I mean, he can hurt me and everything, but you know what I mean. Like, he'll never just straight up wreck me. And I don't want to do damage to him because I want to try to steal something from him. So I'm just gonna leave as is. And as far as I know, other than having like since I don't know what his stats are, I think steal's based off your either hit stat or like something like that because I don't know, like when I'm at a higher level, it's pure, like like it's at 100%, but at lower levels it's lower, so I don't know. I'm not sure what guarantees like steal percentages, other than that one item. Uh-oh, don't kill. Well, actually it wouldn't matter. I would just heal or revive her, but since I have enough NPR, I can just use all my best spells. Trying to think what else. Yeah, the storyline for this one is basically we basically leave and basically join the resistance and we try to beat the king. Basically standard fare for a fantasy game. The big difference on this, ooh, we get the Megging Jord, whatever that. It looks like a bracelet. Basically, the big thing about this one is that we get killed, and this creature resurrects us, which is a kind of an interesting concept. Can I actually put it? Let's see, the Megging Jord, or Megging Jord, 25 strength, plus 10 crit. Not bad, I guess. Then again, I guess you shouldn't expect any of these to be super crazy. Okay, now I can start wrecking them. Take this, Harold, for killing Jeremy and killing all your people and everything like that. You're just a big jerk. Yeah, see, there's her avoid. Like, she usually gets missed half the time. Oh, let me try. Let me see. Oh, I'm not full aggro anymore. I was for a while. I was gonna do Cesar Strike and see what the damage was gonna be. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, that was the big thing. It was basically our characters actually getting killed and getting resurrected was the big twist on the game. But other than that, it's pretty much standard fantasy fare. Same with the royal. The royal path at least was a little bit different because we helped the king, but we still ended up killing him in the end. So I guess all roads lead to Rome or something like that, I guess. But like I read it again. I don't think this game is bad. Basically it's an average game when it comes to like the tactics field and everything like that. The things going for it is it's just another strategy game in the field of strategy games when there's not a whole lot of them. So at least it's got. Whoops, I meant to do that. So that's one of the big benefits. It's just a strategy game when there's so few out there. So it's nice to have something like that there. And apparently this game is the fourth in a series of games called Mercenary Saga, which apparently before this game came out, they released the compilation of the first 3 games, which are based on the similar design in this whole 16-bit look and everything like that. And apparently it takes place. This is the 4th game of the series, and they all take place in the same world. And apparently some of the characters do make appearances in this as the others. And I think actually Jeremy or at least Kane, the leader of this group that we're part of, which we do see a couple times during the story, but he's not a major focus. Apparently they are in the other games, because they have their own stories and feats before it gets to this point. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. That when I was talking about my review for the Mercenary Path or the Royal Path, I was like, I felt like it was just a part of a part of a game series, like not really its own unique game or whatever. And well, I found out it is part of a series of games, so like that's why it's kind of its own thing, or I mean, it's part of a world. So, I'll just do rapid attack just to deal extra damage. So at least I saw, but I had to look all that up to find it out. Keep doing ignore. So, but I do like that this game had 2 different paths, and that both paths are at least somewhat different, at least until the very end. And even then, it's not the exact same fight, because in the final fight of the Royal Path, we fight Viola and Harold together, while in this one we fight Harold and the Dark Phoenix God or whatever. Not the Jean Grey Dark Phoenix, no. And not the crappy movie, no. Oh, heavens, no. That'd be funny if I got if the golem crit him and killed him. I think it'd be apropos to have Eunice finish off Harold. Oh, right. Have it actually. Oops. Stop it. Stop. Oh, it's stuck. Oh, well, that's fine. Whatever. It'd be apropos to have her finish off Harold. Her uncle. who killed her mother and father by hiring Godwin to do it. And now she is the Super Queen. Yay, we did it. We win the game. Impossible. I defeated by mere humans. Is that the real Phoenix this time? Yep. The Phoenix who brought us back from the dead, who apparently used all of his powers to summon the Dark Phoenix in the first place. Oh, Daemon Phoenix, come with me to the side of the great soul. You're... So it was thou. I never could have won. I did nothing. My body is already destroyed. I am not but a soul now. Nothing but a soul now. Oh, goes inside the Phoenix. You're the Phoenix? Yep. The Phoenix? The real one? Oh, sister of Jeremy, thank you for granting my request. I didn't do it for your sake. I did it for Jez's. No. I fought for Eunice and all my friends. What are you, Ike now? There's nothing for you to thank me for. But a god's thanking you. Just accept it, douche. No, just kidding. Sorry. That was a bit cruel. I usually don't do that harsh language. I don't know why I said that. The end result is the same. Farewell, successors to the valiant warrior. Yeah, it's kind of weird how, depending on what path you take, Jeremy either survives or gets killed. It's kind of weird. I would almost assume that the mercenary path is considered the canon story. It makes more sense from just a storytelling perspective. But some of the happier endings are on the royal path, which is odd. How could I lose to mere mercenaries? I offered up as many my citizens as he wanted. Yep, that means you're a terrible king. They keep, actually, over the course of the game, they keep referring to Eunice, how they remind him of Harold. Apparently, at one point, Harold was a good leader and everything. I don't know what happened to cause him to be so distrustful of his own, and cruel, but not one person on this earth is a citizen of yours. You are nothing to offer him at all. You can't form a contract with something you don't have. That demon wasn't able to use its full power at all. Yeah, he just cast miasma all the time. What a crappy god. I am king. Everything belongs to me. General, bring this wretched man with us. Neville, do your job. Damn it. Damn it. He's dead. The shock and defeat my butt. I forgot what it was. The shock of defeat was too much, huh? And he disappears in another dimension. You pitiful man. I hear that my mother and father loved him, despite how he was. Though he was loved, he could not love in return. Not his own son, not Viola either. Oh yeah, Richard is back, taking care of the kingdom, and we let him live because he sold his father out to a Inquisition. Or not Inquisition, to the church was basically involved. Anyway, may you at least rest in peace, my lonely uncle. Yep, no happy endings for Harold, no matter what. Oh yeah, and Ludwig survives. In the royal path, we end up killing him. But he ends up becoming I don't know, clean. Okay, that's today's work done. I forgot what voice I gave him now. Okay, that's today's work done. It seems you prisoners, applicants, have worked well. Her Majesty has instructed us to treat you with kindness. I hope you will work hard again tomorrow to repay your generosity. You see Godwin there. Oh, and we see that one guy, part of the... I forgot what his name is, Fleck? Or Zat. Yeah, Zat, in the royal path, we beat him. I don't think we ever kill him. I think he just runs off. In the mercenary path, we beat him and send him to the rebels because he was attacking rebels or something like that. So he gives himself up because Eunice told him to, or he wanted to repent because Eunice was the prince, or was a good person, or something like that. Anyway. What do you say, boss? How about we head back and get some food? I do not recall ever employing you. You would do your best to quit while you're ahead. Yeah, well, anyway, what kind of person do you reckon Her Majesty is? Obviously, it's a queen this time, but is she nice enough to go easy on scum like us? Then, I reckon she must be beautiful as a goddess. Yeah, he didn't know that she was actually the queen at the time. She just seemed kind of nice to him, that's all. Yeah, thanks, Chateau Boss. Gotta get myself back in there outside so I can start worshiping Her Majesty's feet. Okay? Your fetishes are your own, dude. We don't need to hear about them. Oh, and Eunice gets stuck in the princess class. Eugenia, if you please. Oh yeah, Matilda. Yeah, Matilda ends up like fighting us in the mercenary path, but she ends up getting convinced to stop fighting us. So she's one of the few people who don't get outright killed because of fighting each other. We now recognize Eugenia as the queen of this kingdom. God save the queen. God save the queen. Today marks our first step forward together as a new kingdom. To honor that, our flag shall be adorned with the symbol of the phoenix. God save the queen. Where's Cecil gone off to? She should be here. She's gone back to her hometown to report in. Probably to the grave, I bet. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Don't the two of us have something to report as well? No, we absolutely do not. Oh yeah, Anemone basically hits on Francis throughout most of the game. I guess she's into soy boys or something. You're so cute when you blush. Ahem. I would remind you that you are in Her Majesty's presence. Yeah. Yeah, quit hitting on Finn, boys. Sorry. Jez, you're not lonely now that you're with Sis, are you? And both of you are gone now, but I'm going to be okay. I still have my friends. I fight for my friends. So please don't worry about me. Just enjoy your time up there with Sis. I totally lost my chance, but maybe that's for the best. Yeah, because on the royal path they end up getting married. Off screen, obviously, but I'm glad it's so sunny today. It'll help the tears dry quicker. I'm going to get even stronger. You know, even though you took over, you didn't... I don't know, you never really took over. It kind of almost seemed like Eunice took more control than you... Or took more control than you did. I mean, she has her moments, but I don't know. It just seems like the queen takes more of a role than she does. Anyway, then I'm going to find a man even better than Jez. And we'll have a relationship that's just as great as the one he had with Sis. Then I'll come back and come and report back to you. I'm going to be so happy I'll make the two of you jealous. Yeah, that's the way you should have your love life. See you later. Yep. And what does that mean? The kingdom of Rideon gained a new ruler, Queen Eugenia. And through her deeds, the false phoenix was defeated, and caring government created. The new queen took a personal role in negotiations with neighboring countries. Thanks to this, a path to friendship was formed despite all King Harold did. And yet, whenever conflict struck, the Imperial Phoenix Guards, Cecil and her friends, were there to deal with it. Thanks to the hard work of both Earl Escariot and Prince Richard, internal and external affairs progressed smoothly. Their plans to rejuvenate the land ravaged by war saw the country born again. Happy and at peace, Queen Eugenia's reign will go down in history as a bright one. Queen Eugenia wished for not only her close friends, but all of the nation's people to call her Eunice. And so her friendship with Cecil lasted for the rest of their lifetimes, and they saw out their years surrounded by their eventual children and grandchildren. One day, many years later, Cecil transformed into a young bird and flew away. Eunice announced to the populace that this was the rebirth of the kingdom symbol, the phoenix. And so the tale of how Cecil the Phoenix brought about the restoration of Queen Eunice comes to an end. The hell was that? Turning into a bird? What? What? Game? That doesn't make sense. Oh, well, whatever. It's a fantasy ending. See? You see how much of a happier, kind of almost a happier ending that is, other than the royal ending where Richard gets murdered and all this other stuff? I don't know. It seems like that's the canon ending there. But, yeah, it's a little bit of a happier ending. Sort of. I mean, Jeremy does get killed, so it's one of those toss-up things where... But yeah. Overall, I guess I'll review the game again. I think this game I think the game is still okay, but it has some good points. I think the combat gets easy to get used to after a while, and it can get either as broken or as easy as you want it to be. I thought the music was good. That was one of the big features of the game that I liked. Story was good, story was okay. I said good. It was like, not really, it was okay. But yeah, and then if you save it, it's cleared, and then if you reload the game, boom, I'll show you. If you load it, it'll, you can play, you can do like normal mode, hard mode and maniac mode now unlock. But yeah, you can't change, normal or hard mode, you have to be out of actions to change equipment, or in Maniac you can't do it at all, which I almost never changed equipment in a fight, even though I probably should have, to change like weaknesses and stuff like that, but whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the game. I hope you enjoyed me playing both of the paths. I originally wasn't going to do it, but I don't know, at some point I just got kind of I don't know if I'd say invested is the word, but I was basically playing it a little bit longer to see where the story was going and everything like that, but kind of the gameplay kind of got me into it, which is weird because I don't consider this game great, but I don't know, maybe it was a nice time killer. I think a lot of tactics games are kind of like that. They're nice time killers if you spend like an hour on a fight and then you save it and come back later, that type of thing. So I think it's still worth checking out, or playing it for yourself, just to maybe try the hard difficulties or try the extra content or extra fights that unlock after you beat the game, with the darkest trials and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, despite me like crapping on the game when I did my first impressions, it kind of grew on me just a little bit by the end, so I'm not as harsh on it as I am now. But so anyway, thanks for watching my playthrough of this game. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Hopefully it considered you to either buy it or stay away from it, depending on your impression. And yeah, so I'll see you all next time when I get another game or whatever I play next. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.